Okay, welcome back to e-learning day 4. This is for Tuesday, March 24th, and we're going to look at the meanings of words and phrases in a text. So looking at some different ways for you to figure out words that you don't know, what they mean in a text. Okay, so a dictionary can be one tool that you can use if you're not sure of the meaning or the pronunciation of a word. So we're going to do that as an example. I will read the passage below to you, and then on the next slide we'll look at the dictionary entry for what persecuted means. The first Europeans in America lived in colonies or settlements ruled by another country. Colonization required the work of people with many different occupations, such as farmers, merchants, and shipbuilders. Some colonists were artisans. These craftsmen and craftswomen could create beautiful objects. In many colonies, people of different religions were treated fairly, unlike in their home countries where they were often persecuted. All right, so this is just a sample entry of what a dictionary might look like. So you have the word persecuted, then you have the syllabication, how to pronounce it. You have that it is a verb, and that it means always harassed to cause suffering because of one's different race, gender, or beliefs. Example sentence, the female football player felt persecuted when the other team members made jokes about her. A phonetic spelling tells you how to say the word. That's the, again, syllabication part. Notice that persecuted is divided into 4 parts. Each part is called a syllable. The accent mark after the first syllable shows you which syllable to stress when pronouncing the word. By reading the definition, you learn that the word persecuted is a verb that means harassed to cause suffering because of one's different race, gender, or beliefs. Another way to determine the meaning of a word is to divide the word into parts. This is kind of what we are working on when we work on those Greek and Latin roots. So you would take a prefix of the word that comes before the root word, the suffix, which comes after the root word, or look at the root word to kind of help you figure out what the word means. So we'll look at the word colonization on the next slide. An example of dividing the word into word parts. So we have the same text at the top there. You can read through that. But we're going to look down at the example. The word colonization contains the root word colony, which means settlement. The suffix "ization" means act or process of making. So when you take the root word and put it with the suffix, you could get, or you should get, that it means the process of making a settlement. And then at the bottom of the page, it kind of breaks it down for you. Okay, the next one is the one that I definitely use the most. It's the one I've been trying to get you guys to kind of use the most, which is using your context clues, which just refers to the surrounding sentences or the surrounding words to help you figure out the meaning of a word that you don't understand. So we're going to look at the next passage. Okay, so the same passage. The first Europeans in America lived in colonies or settlements ruled by another country. Colonization required the work of people with many different occupations, such as farmers, merchants, and shipbuilders. Some colonists were artisans. These craftsmen and craftswomen could create beautiful objects. In many colonies, people of different religions were treated fairly, unlike in their home countries, where they were often persecuted. Okay, so context clues to help you figure out what occupation would mean would be farmers, merchants, and shipbuilders. That gives you a hint that occupations means jobs or what someone does for a living. If you don't know what artisan means, then you can read the next sentence to give you a clue where it says artisans must be craftsmen or craftswomen who create art and other beautiful objects. And that's stated in the 4th sentence of the passage. Okay, so you are going to read about brain freeze. There's going to be bold words in the text that you may not know what they mean. And I want you to practice using one of the skills, either get a dictionary, use context clues, or breaking the word into parts to kind of figure out the meanings of the words. And then your assignment, the Google form, is it's going to have a definition, and you need to put one of those bold words into that fits in with that definition.